One Zambia, one nation. Top stories in the news. President Hichilema calls for peaceful royal successions. Government assures Chilanga residents of food security. Morocco donates to Zambia's health sector. In sports, 2024 Zambia Youths and School Chess Championship opens. With the news, I'm Kafala Salamba and my sign language interpreter is Imelda Mulea. President Hakainde Hichilema has urged royal families across the country to resolve succession wrangles and embrace unity, peace and harmony in the chiefdoms to pave way for development. Southern Province Minister Credo Nanjua conveyed the message on behalf of President Hichilema to Chieftainess Sinazongwe, the fifth during her coronation. Gift Ranji reports.
It was a joyous occasion, characterized with Budima songs and dance, as residents of Sinazongwe Chiefdom celebrated the installation of Variness Siatwinda as Chiefness Sinazongwe, becoming the first female to ascend to this throne. Southern Province Minister Credo Nanjua conveyed heartfelt congratulations on behalf of President Hakainde Hichilema, commending the Sinazongwe royal family for a peaceful transition of power.
I'm sending the regards from His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, to you, Your Royal Highness. We are so excited that today you are being installed and we are gracing this occasion. It is the desire and intention of the new Dawn government and His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, to ensure that all succession wrangles in all the chiefdoms across the province and across the country are resolved. Your government has signed a contract to start the works on the Batoka Mamba Road, and the contractor is moving on this month. Your government, Your Royal Highness, is ready to do the township roads here in Sinazongwe district. And His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema is committed to ensure that none of the citizens in this country, in this province, in this district should die of hunger this year.
For Southern Province Administration and the royal family expressed gratitude to government for contributing to the success of the installation of a new chief.
As a province, we are glad and we are proud of you.
We are here to serve the Zambians because that is the task you gave us.
Ndipakulumba kumfulumende ya New Dawn ekuti yaloni mfulumende izumanana itakwe magulo umuli Mungu yatulanganya iswe bwami bwesu bulitandabete.
Gift Banji, ZANIS, Sinazongwe, Southern Province.
And in climate news, Lusaka Province Minister Shel Muliata has assured residents of Chilanga District that government will continue providing interventions to safeguard the welfare of citizens to mitigate the effects of the drought. Ms. Muliata says this is why government has set up 2 maize selling depots in the area. The minister was speaking when she toured the 2 new depots in Mwembeshi area. Tazanga Mumba has more in the following report.
Government is employing interventions to provide food for citizens in light of the current drought situation in the country. In Chilanga District's Mwembeshi area, government through the Food Reserve Agency, FRA, has set up 2 depots at Munyao Farming Block and Mumbachiwe area to enable communities purchase 50 kg bags of maize at 330 kwacha. Lusaka Province Minister Shel Muliata and Chilanga District Commissioner David Shelani visited the areas to assess the impact of the initiative.
We have a maize from FRA here. Now, we've just been told that the paying points are quite very far. People here are traveling to Stumbeko. If that is what is happening, we would like again to go back to the drawing table, ask FRA that now they should just improvise. The paying points must be within, so that we don't trouble or give them more problem to have to get on transport going and coming. If it was here, immediately they do that and then they access the food.
The minister further cautioned those in charge to ensure the initiative serves government's intended purpose.
We have regulations to follow. Yeah, so what you are doing is the correct procedure, and we just want to encourage you that the information should go to every village. The information should flow that you have this maize. The whole thing is we don't want to see anyone dying of hunger. Yes.
Chisha Mwamba, a satellite depot clerk at Mumbachiwe, explained more.
So before we started operating, we were working in collaboration. The agency was working in collaboration with the civic leaders in this place. So the council ensured there were lists of beneficiaries that were provided to us, and we use that. We follow that according to the village the client is coming from. Someone comes here and they want to buy more than one bag, because initially the project is supposed to have one bag per household per month end. So if anybody comes like that, we know firstly they're not part of the community and they're not part of the beneficiary list. Then I think basically we just send them back.
Meanwhile, headman George Bubala of Munieo Farming Block thanked government for the intervention.
The quarters of the community here, they really didn't have anything to eat. And with this food which has come at a cost of 330, people are able to come and buy here and have something for their food. And we hope the government will continue with this until the next season when we plow.
A third depot is earmarked to be opened at Mount Makuro in Chilanga, Ntazanga Mumba for ZANIS in Chilanga district.
500 families in Gwembe district have received food rations worth over 2 million kwacha to help cushion the effects of food insecurity in the area. The exercise is being implemented by LASCO Foundation through ADRA Zambia. Take a look at this report.
The Advanced Development Relief Agency, ADRA Zambia, has launched a distribution of food rations to 500 families in response to the current food insecurity in Gwembe district. The assistance, which is made possible by the all-weather partner, the Glasgow Foundation, is valued at 1,200,000 kwacha. Each benefiting household will receive food rations comprising 1 by 25 kg bag of mealie meal, 1.5 liters of cooking oil, 5 kg of beans, and 1 kg of salt for a period of 3 months.
Because of that, we are always trying to find ways of how we can go through this drought together. And as ADRA, because of our mandate, to address development and relief, we are here to empathize and work with you. Today we are flagging off the food assistance, which is going to be for 3 months, and we are targeting 500 families. What is in that package is a bag of 25 kg bag of mealie meal, 5 kg beans, and 1.5 liters of cooking oil, and a kg of salt. Madam Guest of Honor, I would like to assure you that as partners who are working closely with government, we will continue mobilizing resources so that we can complement what government is doing.
And representing the District Commissioner, Acting District Administrative Officer Barbara Chimunya, applauded ADRA and the Glasgow Foundation for the gesture.
We are honored as a district to be beneficiaries of the Glasgow Foundation Food Aid Initiative, which is valued at an amount of 1,200,000 kwacha. I'm reliably informed that the support will run for a period of 3 months. This initiative is aimed at contributing to cushioning food insecurity among households in the district. We can work together to improve the lives of the people of Gwembe and Zambia at large.
The beneficiaries are happy with the development. Gwembe district has not been spared from the food insecurity situation following the negative effects of climate change, such as floods and the current dry spells in the past 2 seasons. Brian Kapuka reporting from Gwembe district, Southern Province.
Minister of Agriculture Ruben Tolo says all agriculture colleges should include agroecological practices to mitigate the effects of climate change. Mr. Mtolo said this in a speech read for him by Muchinga Province Permanent Secretary Henry Mukungule during the Zambia College of Agriculture graduation ceremony in Impika District. Details in the following report.
The Zambia College of Agriculture in Impika District has held its 41st certificate in General Agriculture and 13th diploma in Sustainable Agriculture graduation ceremony. Minister of Agriculture Ruben Piri has urged agriculture colleges to incorporate mechanisms that will mitigate the effects of climate change. Mr. Piri was represented by Muchinga Province Permanent Secretary Henry Mukungule.
I therefore implore all agricultural colleges to review their curricula to include agroecological practices and methods that will give extension workers alternative knowledge, skills and solutions to the farmers in trying to adapt and mitigate the effects of climate change on their crop and livestock production.
For this achievement, I wish to commend management and staff of this college for upholding the long-established and high standards in the training programs.
We as a college feel greatly honored to be entrusted with such a noble cause of influencing the mainstay of national development and improving livelihoods of the Zambian nationals through production of practically oriented human resource.
We continue for ZANIS in Impika, Muchinga Province.
And the Forest Department has stepped up efforts to mitigate the effects of climate change, which has resulted into severe drought in the country, by training honorary forest guard officers to help curb cutting down of trees. Minister of Green Economy and Environment, Collins Nzovu, says in the wake of climate change and biodiversity, training of dedicated honorary forest officers is invaluable. Mr. Nzovu said this in a speech read on his behalf by Green Economy and Environment Permanent Secretary Dr. Chibamba during the graduation of 75 Forest Guard officers held at Nyang'ombe Christian College in Mwinilunga District. Chia Wunkoma has the details.
The Forest Department, under the Ministry of Green Economy and Environment in Mwinilunga District, has trained 75 honorary forest guards officers to help in forest management in Lunga West Game Reserve. Green Economy and Environment Permanent Secretary Dr. Dauti Chibamba officiates at the graduation ceremony, calling upon traditional leaders to join hands with government in mitigating effects of climate change.
These honorary forest officers have not only undergone rigorous training, have also demonstrated exceptional dedication to the cause of conservation. Their commitment and passion for safeguarding our forests and preserving our biodiversity are truly commendable.
Dorian Tilbury is West Lunga Conservation Project Manager.
We are all agreed that we need to protect our forests, but do we understand the importance of our forests here in Northwestern Province? These forests are known locally as mavunda. They are not found anywhere else in the world. These are unique to Northwestern Province of Zambia, and it is our collective responsibility to look after them, protect them, and ensure that they are there for the next generation.
The traditional leadership in the area has welcomed the idea of forest guards.
We, the locals, are only good at depleting our forests, but now our young men and women have been trained to help us protect our forests.
The honorary forest guards officers are drawn from within the community.
Tunazangara nakashi tunatikuwa iumfurumendo watara hasa yokwemba nyitondo nindo mwingire nakama amana akatata tunatikuwa tunazangara ambaki wetu ana twikuwa na twiteju wetu anyana wambanda ninakonzo wa mayara tunazangara tunakwere netu iyi mpinji yina twiku wetu yukumire nawa yukutware kawo mudiyuma na yukusonga hani nyaka yetu tokwenda ikumbidi mugusonga yume ikutubazumwisha.
Reporting for ZANIS News, I am Chebunkoma in Mwinirunga District, Northwestern Province.
In health news, King Mohammed VI of Morocco has donated various items to Matero Level 1 Hospital to help supplement government efforts in providing quality health services. Receiving the donation, Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary for Donor Coordination, Kennedy Sinyangwe, says the donation will go a long way in helping government meet its aspirations of achieving universal health coverage by 2030. Sarah Miti has more in the following report.
Mohammed VI, King of Morocco, has, through the Mohammed VI Foundation of Africa Ulama Muslima Scholars of Zambia, donated assorted items to Lusaka's Matero Level 1 Hospital as a contribution towards the provision of improved healthcare services to Zambians. President of the Mohammed VI Foundation of Africa Ulama Muslima Scholars of Zambia, Dr. Sheben Piri, explains that the donated items were purchased in consultation with the hospital management based on the needs of the hospital.
Matero has these challenges, some of which we have not managed to fulfill due to the limited resources. We believe that there are so many hospitals that we have in the country that require a lot of similar assistance and support. So this, we feel that if it comes from the government itself, from the ministry itself, presenting the position of what is happening today, definitely to encourage the donors out there. It's not just donors, but we are talking about the king, because he's the owner that supports all these programs. We are clearly instructed to say we don't get money from any other sources. All the sources are coming from the king himself. He wants to leave a legacy during his time that he has done what he's doing right now.
And receiving the items on behalf of government, Minister of Health Permanent Secretary for Donor Coordination, Dr. Kennedy Sinyangwe, says the donation will go a long way to supplement government's efforts of providing quality healthcare services to its citizens.
Your donation of wheelchairs, monitors, blankets, stretchers, trolleys, and so on and so forth will go a long way in contributing to the provision of quality health services to the Matero community and to the country at large. To us, no donation is small, because when we put resources together, it actually helps a great deal. I wish to appeal to organizations such as yourselves who are out there to also emulate your gesture so that they can also give to the community.
Dr. Sinyangwe has expressed gratitude to the donors for the gesture and urged the staff at the hospital to care for the items.
To the members of staff of this hospital, my appeal is that you put these donated items to good use, that is for the intended purpose. With your continued support, we can accelerate the achievement of our goal of universal health coverage by the year 2030. I like quoting one of my colleagues, Annie News, who once argued that there has never been, and neither will there ever be, enough resources from one single source to solve health-related issues for any society, including in advanced countries.
The donated items included 50 mattresses, 5 emergency trolleys, 4 patient trolleys, 2 patient monitors, 2 patient monitor stands, and 4 wheelchairs. Sarah Miti for ZANIS in Lusaka.
In Chadiza district, some parents have expressed worry at the rate of teen pregnancies in the area. This came to light during a planned international meeting on children and sexual gender-based violence and safeguarding program. More in this report.
Children need parental guidance to grow and be disciplined, just as Proverbs
13 verse 24 says, "He who spares the Lord hates his son." Parents have a role to play in their children's lives, but face challenges.
Abana samafikira kuli isasi tate wao amafikira kula amayi wao saka fika kuja amayi wao aviona vija vintu instead oti amufunse mafunso yambiri amufunse pokwera bichosa azakamba jabita imama mine tengani shabitije so instead oti wakalipepo just because aleta salt kapena aleta sugar yakuti panyumba penzelibe kungofera mkati nivako vyobwere navo yeah so ija nayo ni problem so ikulu yamene mwina tili nayo mu community
koma kudya mwadya na imwezi
yes
noti kamba poyona wenangu vana ludamejewa mwina nwajoti nuwochita bwino pa nyumba pawo atete wawaseveza amayi vakaseveza koma mwana akapeza kuti mwa 14 years adamejewa koda so abva kudya koma tikamba poona mwinangu kankhalidwe akakosa ikanga ko punishment vana oneka chabe kankhala chabe kankhazikika
azimayi andu afuka wika khama kwa kukulunga kuti fuka ine mwana uja pomgwira pompanda mbira zika muto uyu mwana agona nawo atete wake so chikhapa chitete wake ndi nkhala khuma tempano kuti azikabwera timuone
During the discussion by some civil servants in the district from the Child Protection District Group, effective communication skills was prioritized.
Imozi ni nkani ya upawi. Ya number 2 ni nkani ya kusaona kuti tizabasunga bwanji bantu abai o kapena bana. So ningakamba kuti lack of communication olokapena kusakamba nao bana batu ndiye kwame kulengesa i cha number 3 kaliwonera kabana i so no asikana mulukamba pa bwanji pali makolo zamene makamba muna kaliwonera ka
mavuto tilibe koma azimayo satilangize isasikana uzapeze kochokapo abantu ntawazi sakufusa tunali kuti.
Emphasis on education was given.
Ngati mwana alina ufulu wa mapunziro makolo muzapereka ufulu kuli mwana kuti pita mwana wanga ku skulu sitero ntchito ya mwana uja ku skulu nuchita chani upunzira chabe komoika ko chani zelu ku skulu chifukwa wanu muzagula uniform muzagula mabuku muzagula kapena ni penso kapena ni mabope ni masapato vija vintu ngati sivisa mariwa mwana zaika konzeru ku skulu kuli beini so tisakambe kuti mwina madanga ya ndiyo mwe yalengesa kuti vana vatu tikangoba samalira chifukwa danga ili yonse ili na chani ili na ndondomeko zina zomwe zifuniko satira kuti uja mwana kule munjira yoyenera.
Juba Zulu, ZANIS, Chadiza District, Eastern Province.
And our last item in health news. Eastern Province Health Director Matthews Ngambi says the Constituency Development Fund (CDF) has significantly improved the welfare of health workers serving in rural areas through infrastructure development and improved sanitation. And Eastern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Louis Mwape has assured nurses and midwives that government is working hard to improve their working conditions through harmonization of salaries according to professional qualifications. The duo were speaking during the commemoration of this year's International Nurses Day held in Katete.
It is their day, and they have gathered in numbers to showcase how noble their profession is. These are nurses and midwives drawn from the 15 districts of Eastern Province who have gathered to commemorate the 2024 International Nurses Day. Here, they have underscored what needs to be done to improve the profession.
Nurses often face financial constraints and societal undervaluation. We call for a change in perspective, advocating for improved compensation for nurses and midwives. This not only empowers these essential workers for you, but also contributes to the strengthening of local economies, especially in remote areas where nurses and midwives serve.
But the Eastern Provincial Health Office is comforted by the fact that the Constituents Development Fund is responding to some of the concerns raised by the organization.
With this CDF Council Secretary, you are making changes to the environment in which our staff are working. This is what interests us, to kind of see just how can we make the place that you're working from conducive, where you live, where you work from, where our mothers are delivering from.
At this event, the provincial administration was represented by the Provincial Deputy Permanent Secretary, Lewis Mwape.
This government in 2022 managed to bring on board more than 11,000 for the first time since independence. Health cadres who were deployed, especially in our rural areas, to ensure that every citizen of our country is given an opportunity to find a trained nurse, to find a trained midwife, to find a trained doctor in our health facilities. Our focus is to improve the well-being and health of our people in the country and especially in the Eastern Province.
Hope Walia, Kadete District, Eastern Province.
We take a break. We have education news plus more. Stay tuned.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on ZANIS TV, Topstar Platform, Channel 6 DTT, and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on ZANIS TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conduct that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on ZANIS TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, Channel 6 DTT, and Channel 458 DTH.
Welcome back. Namwala District Commissioner Ephraim Shandavu says the free education in public schools has seen an increase in learners returning to school. The Namwala District Commissioner was speaking when he officiated at the handover ceremony of a newly built 1x2 classroom block funded by Touch Ireland at a cost of 400,000 kwacha. Details in the following report.
The Touch Ireland organization, in partnership with the Department of Education, has built a 1x2 classroom block at Namakaka Community School in Ichila Ward of Mochila Chiefdom in Namwala District. The Namakaka School, which had previously had such classroom blocks, will now enjoy the services of a modern classroom block and the teacher's house, built at a cost of over 400,000.
Delighted today to receive the 1x2 classroom block on behalf of the government and indeed on my behalf and the behalf of His Excellency the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, who is passionate about provision of education for all.
Touch Island representatives urge learners to value education and guardians to take great care of the newly constructed structure.
Our hope is we work with the Zambian government, with the community and ourselves. It's a three-way because we all have the same aim, and that's the education of the children.
I can only say that
We would like, when the school is finished, when it's completely finished, parents will instruct the children to look after their school.
Education authorities in the district and the civic leadership in the area have commended Touch Island.
Oh, lucky enough, we found a donor from Touch Island to help us 1x2 classroom block, and he also gave us a teacher's house.
And on behalf of the District Education Board Secretary, and indeed on behalf of the Ministry of Education, we are delighted to receive this 1x2 classroom block, which will go a long way in alleviating the issues of shortages of classroom space for our learners.
While in the PV, reporting in Namwala district of Southern.
And pupils and teachers at Siabunkululu and Siababa schools in Pemba district are celebrating a major facelift following the completion of a new water scheme. Pemba constituency member of parliament Lamek Hamwata and district commissioner Obi Habenzu visited the two education facilities to appreciate the completion of the projects funded through the Constituency Development Fund CDF. Details in the following report.
Relief and renewed hope are blooming at Siababa and Siabunkululu schools in Pemba district thanks to the completed water projects. The projects bring a significant transformation to the schools. Before, at Siabunkululu school, over 50 households in the surrounding community relied on the school borehole for their water needs. But now, with the new piped system, pupils have easy access to clean water for drinking and sanitation. Teachers are even able to utilize the readily available water for gardening projects.
On the coming of this running water, at least now, we are relieved. We used to queue as an individual. I'm able at least to have a small garden. And again, I've got another project that side, which I'm intending to have maybe a portion of tomato and a bit of maize.
At Siababa School, where staff houses were constructed under CDF, teachers have easy access to water in their homes. Area Member of Parliament Lamek Hamwata and Pemba District Commissioner Obi Habenzu have visited the schools to inspect the schemes, which are now ready for handover. This initiative is part of the larger plan, as Area Member of Parliament explains.
As Pemba, we have adequately responded to the directive. So far, we are actually, by the end of this year, we are going to be somewhere above 90% in terms of having all the institutions with running water. How many water schemes are we doing? We are targeting to do already approved about 21 water schemes.
As Pemba district, so far what has been done is quite impressive. And I would like just to appeal to my colleagues that we step up so that we can put as many water recirculation systems across the district, because this is an urgent issue now, especially that as a district we equally face drought. So water needs will be required by many people in our district.
For ZANIS in Pemba, Southern Province.
Kabwe Subordinate Court Magistrate Catherine Mumba has convicted 3 teachers from Make a Difference Academy in Kitwe and fined them 1,000 kwacha each or serve 9 months imprisonment with hard labor for examination malpractice. Kelvin Tembo filed in this report.
3 teachers at Make a Difference Academy in Kitwe have been convicted and fined 1,000 kwacha each for being involved in examination malpractice last year. Kabwe Magistrate Catherine Mumba fined Peter Kapila, the proprietor of the school, also a ward councillor and his 2 teachers, Joseph Kandela and Nathan Mujibelu. When the matter came up for judgment, Magistrate Mumba said the trio would pay 1,000 kwacha each or serve 9 months imprisonment with hard labor in default. The convicts were on November 9, 2023, during monitoring of grade 12 internal exams at Chilumba Day Secondary School in Kapirimposhi District, caught by ECZ officers and the police with live exam papers. And the Examination Council of Zambia Public Relations Manager, Nicholas Sinkua, has warned teachers to be wary of elusive conduct that will end them in court during exams.
And the judgment has been delivered, so the council has secured the conviction of the three. I think one of them has been acquitted, and of course they have been fined each for the case that they were found, of course, with. And I think as a council, we just want to make sure that going forward, any perpetrators of such vices desist actually from engaging themselves in any forms of examination malpractice, because as we can see, this has potential to retard our national development, and of course any issues to do with education, we take them seriously, and as an assessment body, we do not want to have people play around with issues to do with our qualification.
Kelvin Tembo for ZANIS in Kabwe, Central Province.
Also in the news, the Eastern Water and Sanitation Company has assured residents in Lumezi district that the company will expedite the process of providing water to the Central Business District following concerns over delays to finalize the project. Company District Manager Yotam Nyirongo attributed the delay in the water reticulation project to the procurement process. Here's a report.
Water is synonymous to life and essential in supporting countless human activities. The United Party for National Development Administration placed water and sanitation among priorities by directing that part of the Constituency Development Fund CDF can be utilized to improve water and sanitation access. True to that, Lumezi District in Chamtoa Ward prioritized the water project under the 2022-2023 CDF to complement Eastern Water and Sanitation Company achieve its mandate of providing water and sanitation services in rural areas to avert the suffering of the people who are compelled to consume water from unsafe shallow wells in some parts of Lumezi. The people are concerned with the slow pace at which Eastern Water Supply and Sanitation Company is working.
Muchihanya maji yo mara tukanea kukaringondi so ba Eastern Water kutuwaka maji tikenge but sirocho many.
A year ago, but up to now there is nothing which has been done. But since they have come, we are hoping that they will do their best so that we are helped with the water challenges as we are going towards dry season. It becomes more difficult for us to have water.
Davis Mwanza is Chamtoa Ward Councillor.
It is our hope that this time around the works will be speed up so that we are able to see, the people are able to see what is their money has done for the community.
The utility attributed the setback to the procurement of a driller as they had to follow normal procurement procedures being a government institution.
We are at the point where we are trying to find a source where we can drill the borehole which shall give us water to feed the community. So basically, the first point is to look at where are we getting the water.
Patrick Soko, ZANIS News, Lumezi District, Eastern Province.
Beneficiaries of the social cash transfer in Nalolo district have thanked government for transforming their lives through the social cash transfer program. The beneficiaries, some of whom have built houses and started businesses, reviewed that their livelihoods have been transformed from the time they were put on the program in 2014. Details in the following report.
Nikenwa social cash transfer mwa 2014. Niruholanga 140. Kapeleke nufeli kuholanga kao wizi niko nafana kwetelele. Ngerucha mwate ningerutamela.
72-year-old Pelekela Lubasi is one of the beneficiaries of the social cash transfer program in Nalolo district. Miss Lubasi, who started benefiting in 2014, says the program has transformed her life and enabled her to build a house.
Kuza 2014 yeo nenize nibukanga kashere nyinge nibukanga kashere nyikaka munacha kamugisa kwa bana basikolo nikonile kuyafa teni muya ho mubona wale nduyale.
Other beneficiaries have a similar story to tell.
Sinikona kulekisa kuyasa fatenindu yamasenke nikono maninge sasa mange sako nakufuriza kutama provone mpaka kapona nina fani nozi na ashenya ya mujako na kunitusa mwali nekuzia mwapesi nibatie mateni mtu akupila nyene ningia mali mwashengo na mo ufisa kwa shino fani ya konti sakoteni.
Meanwhile, Nalolo District Commissioner Namatama Mupo, has challenged civil servants to invest in the future.
We are learning from now that from the little that we are getting, we can invest in something that will make us at least live after the jobs that we are doing.
Western Province Permanent Secretary Smomo Akapelwa is impressed with how beneficiaries have managed the funds.
What I'm learning about is that any money you receive is money, it has value. It's the management of the money that really makes the difference. From what I'm hearing from Perekelo Luvas, she's a widow and she's elderly. What she has achieved, taking her children to school, building this house out of that small amount, what we call small amount, it's a lot.
Naolo District Assistant Social Welfare Officer Trust Chingala gives a brief overview of the program.
The social cash transfer here in Naolo started in 2014 and it was fully rolled out. I think the caseload by then was 811. From there, we went up to this time around from 2014. The caseload is at 12,000 plus beneficiaries after several scale-ups.
Sifwe Mangala, ZANIS, Naolo District, Western Province.
Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Mwetwa has described the late Choma Central Constituency Development Fund chairperson and former Choma Town Clerk Enoch Hangwemu as a defender of justice who contributed to the peace and unity the country is enjoying today. Mr. Mwetwa, who is also Choma Central Member of Parliament, said this during the burial of Mr. Hangwemu. And speaking earlier, Choma Mayor Javan Smoloka assured the people that normalcy will soon return in the supply of ZANIS Eagle-branded Millimil. Details in the following report.
Here lies the body of Constituency Development Fund CDF chairperson for Choma Central, Enoch Hangwemu, who has been put to rest today at his farm in Harmony area. Mr. Hangwemu, who was also former Choma town clerk, has been described as a defender of justice and beacon of peace.
A lot of UPND supporters, cadres would be arrested, and he would offer pro bono service to defend UPND supporters, those who were appearing before the courts of law. He was a defender of justice. He stood for peace and unity of this country. The peace he contributed to defend is a peace that today we are all enjoying, to an extent that the godfather of political violence in this country can now roam the streets of Lusaka and afterwards begin to mock us in government that we did not know that he was going to visit Cairo Road.
He was able to stand in for the voiceless who were within our community. He defended so well the rights of the people in this area. He leaves a vacuum which will not be able to fill it up.
Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Mwetwa has also advised the Patriotic Front faction to stop mocking government and the police.
We would like to urge members of the opposition to stop mocking government and stop mocking and poking the police for allowing former President Edgar Chagwa Lungu free movements yesterday in Cairo Road. We know that he wanted to show that the police are not going to allow him to move around so that he can consolidate an unsubstantiatable claim of diminishing democratic space in this country. We want to indicate to all the citizens of this country that it is time now to stand and be counted in support and solidarity with the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema, because he has guaranteed peace in this country. The last 2.5 years of New Dawn administration has been punctuated at all times with peace and unity.
Choma Mayor Javan Simoloka also assured the people of Choma that government is normalizing the Millimil situation in the district.
We are working around the clock to make sure that we normalize the supply of mealie meal, both in the urban and the rural setup of the district.
Kalunga Msonda, ZANIS News, Choma District, Southern Province.
Vice President Mtalena Lumango has described the Copperbelt Motor Show as a catalyst for economic growth, investments and job creation. In a speech read on her behalf by Copperbelt Province Minister Elisha Matambo at the Copperbelt Motor Show in Kitwe today, Ms. Lumango challenged the business community to collaborate and foster a brighter future for Zambia's economy. And Zambia Motor Show President Bobby Singh says the motor show is an important platform for business collaborations and business linkages. Here are the details.
The second edition of the Copperbelt Motor Show has kicked off in Kitwe, attracting over 120 participants. The motor show brings together producers of various motor brands for both industrial and domestic categories. This year's motor show comes at an opportune time when mining activities on the copper belts have been boosted with the unlocking of Mopani, KCM and Shaft 28 at Luansha Mine, where most of the equipment on display will be of use. Vice President Mtalena Lumango was represented by Copperbelt Minister Elisha Matambo.
We come together to celebrate the passion and innovation of the automotive and mining industry and feel with pride to witness the combination of months of hard work, dedication and meticulous planning. The Copperbelt Motor Show has always been more than just a gathering of vehicles. It represents a celebration of excellency, a platform for progress, and a testament to the vibrance of our community. This year's show, powered by professional insurance, and an official partner of Castro, promises to be a spectacle like no other. With a diverse range of brands and exhibitors showcasing the latest advancements in automotive technology, from cars and trucks to bikes and hybrid electrical vehicles. There's something for everyone to marvel at and explore. But beyond the grace and glamour of the showroom floor, the motor show holds a deeper significance. It serves as a catalyst for economic growth, attracting investment, creating job opportunities, and fostering entrepreneurship within the Copperbelt region. Last year alone, after the show, because I've been a keen follower of this function, and I think I played a very big role to try and encourage the organizers to say Copperbelt is almost like another country and you'll never be disappointed. So after the show, I've come to learn that more than 60 people were employed by the companies which came to set up their base on the Copperbelt province, and that's a great achievement.
Zambia Motor Show President Bobby Singh described the show as a catalyst for investment and economic growth.
It is with great pleasure and excitement that I stand before you today to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you gathered here to mark the official opening of this prestigious event, our Copperbelt Motor Show. As we come together to celebrate the passion and innovations of the automotive and mining industry, I'm filled with pride to witness the culmination of the months of our hard work and our team putting this show together the way it is today. Dedication and meticulous planning, the Commonwealth Motor Show has always been more than just a gathering of the vehicles. It represents a celebration of excellence, a platform for progress, and a testament to the vibrancy of our community. This year's show, powered by Professional Insurance and our official partner Castro, promises to be a spectacular like no other, with a diverse range of brands and exhibitors showing the latest advancements in automotive technology, from cars, trucks, buses, bikes, boats, tires, batteries, insurance, leasing, you name it, we have it all here. Hybrid electric vehicles. There is something for everyone to marvel and explore. But beyond the glitz and glamour of the Lusaka Motor Show here, the showroom floor, the Commonwealth Motor Show holds a deeper significance. It serves as a catalyst for the economic growth, attracting investments, job creation, opportunities, and fostering entrepreneurship.
In Zambia Chamber of Commerce, Trade and Industry President Anton Kavai challenged the business community to create business linkages.
Zambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry is related to see the private sector gathered in this manner. Thank you to the organizers of this second edition of the Motor Show, Bobby Singh, Joe Goda. Honorable Minister, with the start of the mining activity on the Copper Belt, especially Mopani, this show could not have come at the right time. As Zaki, we drive the local content, registration, we look forward to synergies, collaborations, and joint ventures being forged at this motor show.
The show, which showcased a wide variety of motor brands, attracted participants from across the Copper Belt, coming from various economic sectors, ranging from mining, manufacturing, banking, and insurance, among others. Liz Ngobeka reporting for ZANIS in Kitwe.
Finally, in the news, the 2024 Zambia Youth and Schools Chess Championships have officially opened at the Olympic Youth Development Center, OIDC. The tournament has attracted over 200 chess players from 10 schools across the country. Chess Federation of Zambia President Leslie Chikuse says the tournament will be used to select players to represent Zambia at the Africa Youth Chess Championship in South Africa and the World Chess Championship in India later this year. Details in this report.
The 2024 Zambia Youth and Schools Chess Championship has kicked off at the Olympics Youth Development Center in Lusaka. Over 200 pupils from different schools and academies across the country have converged at OIDC to battle for medals. Chess Federation of Zambia President Leslie Chikuse officially opened the two-day tournament and highlighted its importance in the 2024 chess calendar.
This is a yearly event which we have as the Chess Federation of Zambia to, number one, play and enjoy the game of chess. Number two, choose our best players for the year 2024, the players that are going to represent Zambia at the Africa Youth Chess Championship in South Africa, the players that are going to represent Zambia at the Africa Junior in Egypt, the players that are going to represent Zambia at the World Youth Chess Championship in India.
Tournament main sponsor Vamara Group of Companies Zambia has announced that they will be stepping into the chessboard as a long-term partner to support the promising talents of Zambian chess players.
Freshpick is thrilled to announce that we will be stepping onto the chessboard as a long-term partner to support the promising talents of Zambia. We recognize, thank you very much, we recognize the immense potential and intellectual prowess and that chess embodies. We are committed to nurturing and empowering the upcoming minds of our nation, Zambia. Our partnership with the Federation signifies more than just a collaboration. It represents a shared vision for the advancement of chess in Zambia.
Meanwhile, the children have expressed excitement for this challenge to represent their country at some of the highest chess tournaments.
I believe it's going to be very hard, but I think I'll pass through. I think I should do much better than last year. I know I've improved, I've worked hard, so I think I'll do better this time.
Being the youngest player in chess, and today I feel like I'll be the youngest and I'll try my best to win a medal.
My expectations are that we do very well and we receive medals.
The tournament will close tomorrow and we'll see some players being selected to represent Zambia at the Africa Junior Chess Championship in Egypt, the Africa Youth Chess Championship in South Africa, and the World Youth Chess Championship in India. Audrey Kalenga, ZANIS Sports, Lusaka.
As we end the news, a recap of the headlines. President Hichilema calls for peaceful royal successions. Government assures Chilanga residents of food security. Morocco donates to Zambia's health sector. In sports, 2024 Zambia Youths and School Chess Championship opens. That's all we had for you on ZANIS News. Thank you for watching.